Hey guys, welcome to the first week of my anime reviews and suggestions along with manga. So today, we're gonna start out with this anime. This week's anime review is about Tokyo Ghoul. I just got finished with season 1. It was okay. So we're gonna kind of jump right in. Let's start the intro. Okay, so first off the bat, we're gonna kind of explain what the story was. So one, let's go. Okay, so the story is about this kid who lives in this near future world where there are humans and then there are these creatures named ghouls, which they look like humans, but they can only eat, well, humans. So they're hunted down by humans, so they have to live in secrecy, and they're kind of the bad guys at first. Well, what happens? Spoiler alert for the first episode. The main character, I'll put his name up on screen, but I can't pronounce it. He meets a cute girl at a coffee shop, and he nervously asks her out. And when they do go, she does say yes, and they do go out on a date. And they start talking about their love of books and other things. And he goes to walk her home. And she takes him to a dark alley. He thinks they're just walking, and she tries to eat him because she's a ghoul. He uses what strength he has left to try to run away, but she eventually catches up with him, and as he's being torn apart, she is killed by falling cement from a falling building. He basically dies. Well, they take the organs from the ghoul when they all show up at the hospital and put him in the main character, and he becomes half ghoul, half human. So yeah, and then it talks about how he kind of makes friends with a few, this band of ghouls that help him out. Okay, so the people he goes and, well, the ghouls he goes and finds help from on a coffee shop. Now you're wondering, why something as specific as just a coffee shop? Well, there's two things that a ghoul can eat. Human, and they can drink coffee. So yeah, well, there's this band of kind of ghouls that are, their one rule is to help other ghouls. If somebody comes in and they don't know what to do, then they'll help them. They'll give them human meat, and they'll show them how to do stuff, and they'll train them, give them masks, and other things like that. They're very helpful. It's led by this older ghoul who is very nice and teaches the main character a lot. So yeah. And so that's the story. Okay, moving on to how the anime looked. So art. This anime looked amazing, as its story was weak. It made up almost entirely on its art style. Its art style was beautiful. I found myself having to rewatch entire episodes because I'd just be focused on the way the animation looked, and I wasn't even reading the subtitles. Cool to watch. They ghouls. They have these things that come out of their back, and they're like weapons. But those just look amazing. See, it's very dark. It's very beautiful. It's awesome. Next, we have actual main character. Now, the main character, I'm going to kind of explain him. He's really not. He's basically your typical anime main character. He's weak, but has an inner strength that he doesn't know how to use yet, and it's unlocked. He's sweet, and he likes to help people, but he realizes that's not going to get him far. And, your basic Kiritos and Shiros in the world. Moving on, so let's wrap it up. I would rate, out of 10, Tokyo Ghoul 7 out of 10. Moving on! Now, during the series, after I get done reviewing an anime, I'll suggest 2 animes that you should watch that are different. Now, one will be a manga, and one will be an anime. So, first, we're going to go with the manga. My first manga suggestion is Death Note. Yeah, Death Note. So if you don't know what Death Note's about, I'm just gonna give it a quick summary. It's about a guy who finds a notebook of a Shinigami, which is a god of death, and if he writes the name of a person in it, they'll die. So yeah. So my anime suggestion. I'm suggesting, yeah, Darker Than Black. Well, this anime is about another near future, society where basically the it's really hard to explain the setting because the setting isn't really explained at all. It's most of the characters. Uh, it's about where these people make contracts with I have no idea who, and basically they have these powers, and but every time they use these powers, they have to like do the what they hate the most. Like there's this one person who hated poetry, so he every time he used his power, he had to write a poem. Yeah, and the main character has something special about him that I'm gonna let you figure out. I want to give a shout out to a guy who I've been meaning to give a shout out to forever. If you haven't, if you, he's named Daring Davis, and me and him actually a while back, not too long ago, did a collab where we used my capture card, on the PlayStation to get some Destiny footage. So yeah, go. I'll leave a link down to that video, and go subscribe to him, guys. He's brand new on YouTube. He if he gets subscribers, I know he'll do 10 times better. He has a lot of potential. So yeah, guys, go over there and show what my fandom can do. My 30 subscribers. So bye, guys. Congratulations on watching my first episode.